Hello, welcome to Amethyst Style Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today I thought that we would look at some really lovely bright colours. I really love these. Are two of the new in colours. Parakeet Party and Tahitian Tide, a beautiful vibrant green and a lovely turquoisey sort of bright blue. And with spring coming into summer now, they're just beautiful colours. So I thought we would work with those. And we're going to work with a new and an older stamp set. So Botanical Layers, because I absolutely love this image. And Dragonfly Garden, because I love the dragonflies in this. It comes with a coordinating punch, which is Dragonfly's Punch. And it's just a lovely set. So I thought we combine both of them and make a fun card. So I've done a little bit of preparation work only in doing some layers. So I have taken some of the lovely Tahitian Tide. So I've taken my normal, whatever size your card is, your background piece. And then I've taken some of the stitched rectangles, and I only needed a tiny piece on here because I've used some for others. And then this one is just going to fit inside. So it's just a little bit of a border, but it's got those two vibrant colours. So this is the piece that we're going to work with. And then we'll put all of those together at the end. And I'm going to have it in portrait. And I want to start with this lovely floral piece. And I'm keeping it in the two colours. So I'm going to have it in the green because I'm going to have the dragonfly in more of the blue. So I'm just sort of inking this up, and I'm just going to put one full strength and then one just half strength next to it, because I like the fact that it gives that sort of little bit of a shadow going on. Oops, got a little bit of a hair there. Okay, so that's that part. Then I need to do the dragonfly, and I'm going to do it on a little tiny scrappy piece like this to just make sure that that will fit, and I think it will. So I want to do the dragonfly in the blues and the greens, but I want to do the actual body in the dark, I think. So I think I need to get, this is me reaching across, some memento to just do the dragonfly in like that. That's perfect. Now, if you're not a colorist, this is a great stamp because you can do the wings like this, and you can actually take them across. So I'm just going to take this one off. I'm going to clean them all afterwards because that'll save a little bit of time. Put this one in on here. Now I need to work out, yeah, that's right. So you have, that's the top, that's the bottom. And I don't think it matters which way you do them. I'm just trying to get which is top, which is bottom. So I want to be a bit clever with this. So I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it all in the blue, the Tahitian Tide, but then I'm going to add a little bit of green to the outside. So if I ink this up in the blue, whoops, getting a little bit, they're still very juicy. And then I need to get a sponge dauber. Give me a second while I grab my sponge daubers. And then I am going to, because if you use sponge daubers, then it doesn't really matter. Now, that's my green. And so what I want to do is I want to just add some green into the tips. So I'm just sort of adding just some green in, just sort of dotted about a bit, and hopefully that will give a really nice two-toned colour. So I'm going to put that in across on here, and you've got that really lovely two-toned colour. Now I can do exactly the same thing on the other side. So we had the blue to start off with, so I can still do that with the blue. And then I just need to get the green again, and we're just going to have a little bit on the ends and a little bit sort of down in on the side, and then I need to just turn it up the other way. Don't think I can do it. We haven't got one that goes, it's just going to have to be a little bit more sort of abstract in there, but it will work. So that's on that one. So you've just got the two colours going through. I hope you can sort of see that. And if you wanted to just add a little bit more, because you're going to be cutting it out, you can just sort of take a little bit more of the green in on here if you wanted to. Like that, or you could add some more of the blue. So let me just take the blue down in on here, and I'm just gonna add just a tiny little bit of blue. So you can see you could do it with the stamps, or you can just take a little bit of the colour in and just add a little bit where you just fancy it, and where we're just joining in on here, I just want a little bit like that. Okay, so that's our dragonfly. And then we've got the punch. Now you can colour them in. I've done videos and things on that, but I know, as I say, quite a few of you don't enjoy the colouring, but you do enjoy. Oof, need to just cut that out just a little tad. Got scissors there, or have I put them away? I've put them away. Give me 2 seconds to just grab them from the pot, because I just need to make this a little bit low at the bottom so the punch will go in, because this is a 2 punch. So you punch the little one at the top as well, which is quite sweet. So I'm just going to line him up. And then take that one out. And click it together so it goes nicely. So we've then got this lovely little dragonfly, which can just sit up like this. Now, if you want to make him without adding too many dimensionals, what I tend to do is I will find a piece of, let me see if I've got some little bit of stiffer card. Or just a few layers. Let me have a look and see if I've got. I don't want to use anything that's too. Let me have a look. I've got a piece here, which is a piece of, oops, here we go. This is what I tend to keep. I was just trying to find one. So this is the back of a bit of designer series paper, and it's thicker. So what I tend to do is I will just, and I might have to press down on it because my hands aren't as strong, but if you just do, that's 1, let's do 2, and maybe 3. Okay, and we've got these lovely little white ones as well, which we can save for something else because they're always quite fun to do. So let me just slide this out carefully. I've got one little dragonfly just caught in there. Pop him down so that'll come out, that's fine. Then I can shake him out. You're going to come out, little dragonfly. Just caught in on the, save wasting him. I want to try and get him out. So come on, there we go. It's got a little bit of squishy tail, so he might not be any good, but we'll have a little look. He might be okay. Straighten him out. Okay, so that's how I use my backing. I don't waste anything. And then it allows you to, with a little bit of wet glue, to position your dragonfly in on here, and then it becomes stiffer and you get more dimensional without having to use dimensionals. So I think I'm probably going to put a few layers on. So let's put this one on. And you can see you're starting to get some nice dimension in this and make it thicker. You can just sort of manipulate it with wet glue a little bit so that you get them exactly in the right position. And then I'm just going to put one more on there to just give that extra bit of height. So it then looks as if it's actually a almost like an embellishment on there, which means that it's it works quite well. So have I got that the right way round? Yes, I think so. Turn it round that way, just put it down, and you can see, or I hope you can see, that you've got a really good layer in on there. So he's going to sit just like that, coming down on this flower. And what I could do with these, and I think I might have already done some, let me see, I was, as you know, I've been cutting out, although I think I've probably only got blues in on here. Don't know whether I want to have the blue or not. No, I'm going to keep it as it is because I've started it like that. So I'm going to move this in and add this one to this one. So that's going to go down there. I can actually stick this one on, can't I? So we just need to, and this is again not wasting any of your paper because it's by just doing a little frame, you've got all the rest, and I will be using the bits that were over, which I've cut out, for something else, which I will probably do later on in the week. So I'm just going to line that up so that's as sort of straight as I can get it in there. Now, because my paper is UK rather than international, the rectangles are just a little bit offset, but I don't think it matters that much. So this is then going to slot in as a frame. So I just need to do right up against the edge, otherwise it'll be sticking through. But you're not going to see this, so that it means that you don't have to use all of your paper. You can just put this in like that, and it fits perfectly inside, and you've got that nice little stitched border going round. Then we can put our dragonfly in on there, and you can see how that's quite nice and high. So again, all I need to do is to put some wet glue. I don't need any dimensionals on here, so you haven't got that dimensional coming through, but you've picked up those colours. So that's going to come down through on the top, like that, which I hope you can then see. You've got this really lovely dimension going on. And then we need to put a sentiment through on here. And I really like the sentiment on here, may good things grow all year long. I think that's lovely. So I'm going to do that. And I think I'm going to do that in... I might do that in black and then cut it out, or I might do it in the blue. Let me just have a little look and see. We'll do it in blue and see what we think, or we might take it in the black to just pick up the black on there. It's always a bit of a look and see. So let's just put that down like that. May good things grow all year long. You see, I think I would probably have it in the black because I think it's going to show up better. So let me just see. We'll do both and then we'll have a comparison to see which we prefer. I always try and give you lots of ideas and things, and you can then see what you prefer. You see, yes, I in my opinion, I like the dark better, and I need to sort of take it out in something. Now I've got lots of, let's get the stitched rectangles out again, because we've been using the stitched rectangles for all of those. So, and these are sort of my go-tos quite a lot. So there's this one, which I think is quite nice. And I think that will work beautifully and fit just, yes, that will work beautifully on there. So we're going to have that. I'm going to take both of them out so we can have a bit of a comparison. And again, I could mount it. Am I going to mount it? I am probably going to just sponge round the edge, because again, you know, we're all aware at the moment of how we have to be more frugal crafters, because things right the way across the world are going up at a phenomenal rate. And so, you know, card making is something that we all enjoy doing, but again is a bit of a, it's a luxury and it's a hobby for a lot of us. You know, it's a bit of a business for me because I'm a demonstrator, so I am able to sell the products, which is fantastic. But I want to be able to show you that, you know, you can be quite frugal with what you do and make it last a little bit longer. So this one's going to come out like this. Oh, it's gone a bit tight in here, hasn't it? That's better. Right, that's that one. And this is the blue one, because I say I want to do a comparison for both. So may good things grow, and it's quite tight, but it fits just perfectly. But you have to be a little bit, make sure that you get it the right, both bits at the side will almost come up to the side. So let's just take that one out, and then we can see what we're doing with this one. Right, so those are those. You just move that out of the way. And you can put that there. And as I always say, I do my videos as I'm making them, because then you can see how long it's going to take you to make one. And also it allows you to, if you want to stamp along, you can stamp along. Okay, so that's the black, and that's the Tahitian Tide. I do prefer the black. I think the black lets it stand out a little bit more. Okay, so do I put a little tiny mount around it? Do I keep it as it is? I think because it's got the stitched, I think I can keep it as it is. And I don't think I'm going to sponge this one because I'm not going to use it. So we can just see what it looks like if it's just sponged. So I'm just going to do it around the edge. And then we can see whether we want to have, whether the sponge will make a little bit of a difference or not. So that's it with it sponged. That's it with it blank. I actually prefer it blank, I really do. And I'm not going to put it up with dimensionals. I've got the height of the dragonfly, so I'm just going to glue that because I think it just adds, the background is quite subtle. So my little dog's gone chasing into the garden because it's a lovely day again. And we have some little wood pigeons that come into the garden, and she has to turn around and say, "It's my garden, get out, get out," which I always find quite amusing. Okay, so I'm putting it there, and I'm trying to keep the border around there at the same height. So that's going to be stuck down like that. And then you've got just that very simplicity on there, which I think works beautifully. You could, if you wanted to add more, which I'm not going to, but just to give you ideas, you've got these lovely little sort of butterfly, dragonfly things that you could put sort of in the background if you wanted to. You've also got on this one, you've got these lovely little dandelion clocks that again you could just have sort of floating about. I'm going to keep it as it is because I think it works beautifully. Again, you could use, if you wanted to, some of these little cutouts, and you could put those round, although they're slightly different in colour because they're backings. But, you know, there are other things that you could do. You could add some embellishments. But I think as a card on its own, I think it stands beautifully. It's very fresh looking because of the two colours we've used. So, recap quickly. Colours we used were Tahitian Tide and Parakeet Party, and that was in the inks and in the paper, the cardstock. Then we used the botanical layers, this lovely one here, which is from the new annual catalogue, and we used Dragonfly Garden, which is carried over and is in the new annual catalogue, but obviously was in last year's catalogue as well. So thank you so much for watching me. As always, please stay safe and well. Please be kind, and look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.